Welcome to the G.N.A podcast, Games, Nerds, and Alcohol, where I see how long I can clap before Blue gives me the look. Oh, yes, you all know that look.
Oh, okay, so let me put you this straight. The only reason why you're doing that is because you're mad that I pointed out that you like IPAs only because you used to eat soap as a small child.
I never denied that, nor am I angry about that. I freely admit that I ate soap as a child. Dude, that pomegranate lemon soap, shit was the bomb, man. Put that on toast. Mm-hmm.
You see, you know what I learned? My parents are poor and they got that cheap, nasty shit. That soap tasted like garbage.
What is it, like Safeguard?
Yeah, it was like some knockoff thing, and it was just awful.
Yeah, it wasn't even
bad
Safeguard.
taste in my mouth.
It was like it was like protection, dude.
It was like some generic soap.
Have you ever bathed with Irish Spring?
Yeah.
Like in an Irish Spring?
No, like the soap that I think it's got eucalyptus in it or something like that.
I mean, not on purpose.
Yeah, that's an interesting sensation.
It's dude. What
you know what else is an interesting sensation? Keep the extra strength icy hot off your fucking balls. That shit stinks. Let me tell you.
Head and Shoulders, the menthol, rub on your balls, dude. That cooling effect is amazing.
Agreed. That stuff that
actually
actually
pretty boss. Why did you buy this fucking weird shampoo? No. This is necessary.
Yeah, we got to do this. This is needed. Well, you heard them all there. We've got D from Microbrew Gamerz. We've got Damok. We've got Blue Shark. We're all hanging out tonight. We're just doing our normal thing. I am actually, I don't even know what the hell I just did. I just started up Destiny 2 and I started up something on the Cosmodrome, and now all of a sudden I'm started off like literally the beginning of Destiny 1. Has Bungie just decided that they're going to recycle all the content from Destiny 1 into Destiny 2?
Yes.
Pretty much.
I'm okay with this, ironically.
Because they've shut down those servers entirely, haven't they, for D1?
Did they?
I thought they had.
I mean, I'll believe you. I don't know. I haven't played Destiny in so long. I just started firing it back up. And the only reason I fired it back up was because nobody was playing any multiplayer games. Like, nobody was playing anything. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to play something. And back to Destiny I went. And now I'm following an orb. An Orby. Look at that Orby. What are you guys playing? What are you guys doing as of recent?
Well, we're paying attention to the podcast.
What the fuck do you do that for? Jesus Christ.
Some of us tried to make this podcast a little more refined. I don't know if they're here today, but I think someone does.
I was going to say, yeah, who are they and when are they coming back?
Was it like when my brother Shih Tzu was on or whatever his name was? His handle or whatever? Oh, yeah, that was it. I thought it was Shih Tzu.
No, it was never Shih Tzu. You just like doing that.
I do.
Yeah, this is literally the exact first mission from Destiny. Did I load up the wrong game? Am I actually playing Destiny right now? Like the original Destiny?
I would not be surprised. I opted out. So my wife didn't believe me. I played video games yesterday, and I came back into the bedroom and we got on some discussion and mentioning something like I get some sort of monetary bonus for being at a company for 5 years. And I mentioned wanting to purchase a shower gun. And she says, oh yeah, I bet that's what you guys were talking about. You were shooting people in your video games and talking about guns. So I was like, actually, no, we weren't shooting. Well, someone was shooting. Nope, not a single one of us were shooting. What were you doing? Trucking simulator. I played, I gotta look at it. No, SnowRunner.
Oh, great game. That's a fun game.
Yeah, I started that up, and there were like 5 of us all in total in the lobby, and we were all playing that game. I think that's the first time we've ever played video games, and no one was shooting or stabbing anyone.
Well, that's not the case here. I'm both shooting and stabbing people.
Sometimes not just in the game.
Yeah. Some pretty shitty neighbors. Oh, I got to tell you guys about this one. This one you guys are going to kick out of. So there's this app called like Neighborhood. It's
did Selkie introduce you to stupid shit? Because that's why I'm on it.
No. So it was somebody put a flyer in my door. I was like, hey, we're gonna be doing Neighborhood. Here's the thing to join, and it's gonna work for like 30 or 7 days. So join in. I'm like, whatever. There's been some interesting stuff like, hey, this person's dog is missing. If you see it, please, help out. Things like that. And I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. I like that. But the one that I thought was the funniest was, and this dude went to some lengths to get it done too. He's like, yeah, that noise you hear, that's the noise, and I forget exactly how he described it, but he's like, that sexy noise that you hear is the sound of a 350Z barreling down your street. He's like, don't worry, your panties will come off, and he just starts going on, and then he made other accounts because it was obvious of the way, because you know how you can tell how people write, that's just very easy to figure out like how their writing is. Dude sits there and he has like 2-3 other accounts. He's like, yeah, I lost three pairs of panties last week. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy's really, really going to it. And it actually got to the point where I was like, man, I got to go back and it was great because it was every hour on the hour, he would come back and put another comment by another account that he created. And I was just like, man, this is actually getting pretty good. I got to watch this. And somebody
at least he's all in.
Yeah, no, he was going for it. He's like, yeah, we're making sure this is working. Yeah, I'm going to, I've already gotten this far. I might as well just, ride this one out, see how far I get. And honestly, I hope it actually worked for him. Because I like it. I like the 350C. But anyway, so finally somebody commented in and said, this is a weird place to stalk women, but hey, hope it works for you. Let us know how it works out, okay? I'm just like, oh man, that was the sick burn.
The neighborhood watch honeys.
Exactly. No, it was pretty entertaining. But you're doing Truck Simulator. What about you, Damok? What are you playing?
Nothing. I wasn't even sure today was Friday. I was like, what? I got that thing. It was like, hey, your time card hours are due today, and I went, it's Friday? Oh shit. Okay. So no, I've had a week of no video games. So yeah.
Not even anything on your phone?
No, I haven't even playing. I was playing Archero. But yeah, it's been a long fucking week, man. I've watched some TV, and that's about it.
Man, I know how that feels, dude. I've been there. What about you, D? What have you been playing?
Been pretty busy lately, so I haven't been playing a lot of it. Most of it been replaying a bunch of the original Final Fantasies that were re-released on the PlayStation, but they were downloaded on my Vita, so I've just been kicked back playing on my Vita.
Nice.
And I haven't cracked into it yet, but later I plan on cracking into the re-release of Skyward Sword on the Switch. I just picked that up today.
Awesome.
So that came out today?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Let me know how that is, because I'm really interested.
When it originally came out on the Wii, it was a lot of fun, so I'll let you know how it is on the Switch as far as porting it over, controls, and so forth.
Yes, please do. Because I actually never played that one, and I'm thinking about playing it.
See, the first time I played it, I actually stopped abruptly and stopped playing for a while. Because my dumbass had just had a major surgery, so I had, my abdomen all cut open, so I had stitches outside and internal, right? And what do you do with the Wii version of the Skyward Sword?
Swing it around.
You're
like
swinging
a crazy
your arms
man.
around, like you got a sword, and then I'm like curled into a ball. My wife's like, "You better not fucking pull those stitches. You're gonna end up in the hospital, you idiot." I'm sitting there like, "Ouch, why?" So I stopped playing it for a while.
So, sir,
you need to work on your wrist play.
Oh yeah, true.
No, because you don't I got to the point where I could sit on the couch and play Wii bowling, just like, all right, flick the wrist. Okay, strike. All right, flick the wrist. Strike. You can play all the Wii games sitting on the couch, just flicking the wrist the right way. So,
but I prefer whipping around like an excited Kermit the Frog.
And that's how TVs get broken.
And that's how you run the explicit tag.
You're not wrong. Well, what's everybody drinking? I'm actually having a little bit to drink tonight because I felt like drinking, and mostly because I'm in so much fucking pain right now that I just need to numb all of it. So I said, fuck calories, fuck diet. I am drinking rum. So I've got, I'm actually drinking 2 different rums tonight. I've got a Barbon Court, whatever the hell it is. It's a Reserve Special 8-year-old rum from Haiti. Really nice. I'm actually mixing it with some Coke Zero, just because I could plow down through a whole bunch of rum right now and just drink the damn stuff straight. And I know that I could, but I know that I'd wake up in the morning and I'd be like sitting there talking like this because, oh God, I think I broke something important down there. So I'm just mixing it with rum so it'll go down a lot easier. Plus, it allows me to intake a lot more rum a lot quicker because it's a little bit diluted. So this is actually a really easy drinking rum. For an 8-year-old, it's actually got a lot more bite than I like for rums. It's not really smooth, so it's probably better that I put it into something. But it's got a nice caramel flavor to it. It's just that aftertaste is kind of that, I don't know, that kind of chemically aftertaste. You know, when you get that, like that, it's almost like a film on your mouth aftertaste rum. You know when you get that?
Yeah, the cheap rum taste.
Yeah, it has that cheap rum taste, and it wasn't a cheap bottle. But after I'm done with this rum, I'm going to either switch over to Afrohead Premium Aged Dark Rum, or if I still feel inclined, I'll just bring out some Misunderstood Ginger Spice Whiskey. So depending on how I feel and how drunk I really want to get is really what I'm going to switch over to. Because Ginger Spice Whiskey, I can literally just drink that out of the bottle and be extremely content. But, how about you, Damok? What are you drinking?
I'm having, 2 fingers of the Lagavulin A Level, the Nick Offerman special. I really like that one.
The aged in Guinness?
Yeah, the one that's aged in Guinness. Like, I really
I
like
didn't
it.
try that when I was up there at Vintage's dad's house, and I really should have.
You really should. Vintage likes to drink it neat. I think it actually opens up and tastes a lot better with... I put 1 ice cube in it this time instead of some drops of water. I think it needs just a bit to open it up, and it tastes amazing that way. And then I'm going to finish it off with all these Bud Lights that I've been trying to drink all day, and I don't even have a buzz yet, and it's kind of sad, and I'm worried about my liver.
Why do you have a bunch of Bud Lights?
Because calorie counting, each Bud Light is 50 calories, baby. No, it's probably more than that, but I'm only saying it's 50 calories.
I was going to say hydration's important before you drink.
That's what I was going to go for. I was going to be like, oh, you need to hydrate. Okay, I understand.
Yeah. But yeah, it's, it was I've been having a really rough fucking week, so I want to drink, but I don't, if I buy the drinks that I normally do, I'm going to drink 8 fucking beers no matter what. So I might as well drink the 8 beers, and I'm just kind of like, I'm fucking done drinking and go to bed, instead of drinking the 8 beers and going, I can't fucking see my toes anymore.
Oh yeah, I've been there. Actually, ironically, when I was up at Vintage's dad's house that night, we drank a lot of rum, a lot of vodka, and a lot of beer. Like, we drank so much. I haven't been hungover in a while, but I was hungover and pukey that next day. Lex was hungover and pukey, well, like that morning.
I'd say into the afternoon.
Yeah. She's. I don't think she's gonna have anything to drink anytime soon.
You could always be like me, walk over, vomit, empty tank, and pop the tap again and start drinking more.
Dude, were you there at Corey's wedding?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the keg stands?
Dimly, yes.
Okay, yeah, I did a keg stand because nobody else wanted to do a keg stand. And literally, nobody wanted to do a keg stand, so I did another keg stand back to back. Went, well, tank's full, walked over to the bushes, started violently vomiting. And I'm not talking like, bleh! I'm talking, I'm violently vomiting this stuff out. JR comes up, stands next to me, whips it out, and starts pissing because he thinks I went over to take a leak. And he's just like, oh man, it's a great party. It's just like old times. Are you puking? Oh, I am so disappointed in you. There I am. Dude, give me a second. I just need like 5 minutes. I just gotta like clean. I just gotta clean this out. I'll be back up there. He's like, you better get back up there. I'm like, don't worry. I'll be back on the keg. Don't worry. Sure enough, after I cleaned myself up, got right back up on the keg.
You got to learn how to neatly vomit like me.
Oh, you mean like projectile vomit into a friggin' sink?
Without spilling a drop.
Yes, you need to actually learn that. That is a skill, dude. You ever wandered into a public bathroom and you're so fucking drunk, there's no way you're dropping to your knees to puke on the toilet. You place one hand on the wall, you look over, and you just fucking puke in a beam straight into that toilet, wipe your fucking mouth, and walk away.
No. We're talking what I did. I literally looked over across a room, like across like part of a dining room in a kitchen.
He was a good 10 feet away.
Started to open my mouth like a lizard and just... Like, have you seen Primal, the game, the Super Nintendo, Primal Rage, or the one in the arcade, where the monkey barfed and just kind of floated across? I did one of those.
Yeah, he was a good 5-10 feet away from that sink, and he just opens up his mouth and just, blah, and it lands right in that stopper. Perfect. It was gross and awesome simultaneously.
And even at Mess of Nothing, I did not make a mess.
No.
With the vomiting.
Lex didn't make a mess either. She was pretty good at cleaning everything up. So, because it's not like, hey, let me show up at your dad's like $1.5 million house and I'm just going to make a mess and vomit everywhere.
Fuck, that house is so beautiful. I'm in the wrong fucking profession.
Right? Jesus
What
Christ,
said profession is this that we should all be joining now?
Business
Become
lawyer.
a lawyer, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I should sell my soul.
I was going to say, if I could get Lex to make as much money as I make, we could get there in like 10 years.
Yeah, he did say it's about buying and selling, and going from there. He's like, you buy one property, you live there for a couple of years, you sell it when the profit goes up on it, you buy the next one, and keep going, and then eventually you end up with that $3 million fucking house, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was nice. It was definitely nice. What was I going to say? Fuck, I forgot.
Oh, we could just storm the castle.
Yeah, what are you drinking, Blue? You're just sitting over there super quiet.
Strawberry seltzer.
Truly? Like what brand?
From Publix.
What's the ABV? 0.
And that's where the show jumped the shark. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I think we're just going to end there.
And on a low note. Nah, I just don't feel like drinking tonight, so.
That's respectable. I can't say anything to that. There's been several shows in the past few months that I really haven't drank anything on.
That's right.
Today I am just in so much goddamn pain. I just said fuck it.
So much head pain or physical pain?
Oh, dude. So I actually counted it. I have 5 pretty heinous injuries right now, from my wrist to. Did I tell you what happened to my hip?
Yeah, I heard that story about 20 times when we were at Vintage's dad's.
Yeah,
but I have not.
So, well, I did my party trick for my party trick is where I dislocate my joints.
And put your feet behind your head and do, twist yourself in the pretzel man.
All that fun stuff, yeah. So I was doing my party tricks. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Well, I popped my hip out, and I'm not 100% sure that I popped it back in. Either that, or I loosened up the friggin' joint in it enough that it just like fell out. Just fell out while I was sleeping. But yeah, so like I did something to that hip where it just was out and sucking and painful, and like literally to the point where I could not walk Monday or Tuesday. I couldn't lift my leg to get into the car. So you know how you like sit in the car and you just lift your leg up to go over the door median? I couldn't do that. I literally had to grab a hold of my leg, pull it up and over because I couldn't raise it. I couldn't lift my leg. So
but I'm surprised that you lasted as long as you did over there, man. You were like, my hip hurts. My hip hurts. My hip hurts. Oh, god damn, my hip hurts. I'm like, oh, okay, are you okay? And then you're like, it's probably 2 or 3 p.m. at this point. You're like, I don't think I ever put my hip back into place. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that was when I was sitting there going, "There's something's wrong here. This isn't right." But yeah. There's that. Well, there's my wrist, which we already know about. There's my hip. I either herniated something or I pulled an ab or something. But my ab has been in horrible pain for a few months now. And then my back, which for some weird reason, if I sit the right way, I'll get like all these pins and needles in my leg and they'll go numb for about an hour. So yeah, I'm not in good shape right now, man. Alcohol is my friend.
You know what, Cecil? You just made me feel a whole lot better about myself. God dang. I only have this dislocated shoulder going on. Like, yeah, great, great.
I was gonna
cool.
say, I've been working out. Like I've been doing the healthy kick. I've been working out. I've been like stretching, hitting the weights, everything. And
but you forgot about one vital thing. Father Time is a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he is kind of a dick.
You gotta stretch out longer, bud. You're becoming an old man.
I can't stretch out longer. It's all I got, man. There's no more PP for that move.
That's what she said.
Exactly. To me. Oh, God, did I tell you guys about that burn I did on when we were doing Topgolf? I think I told you, Damok. Did I tell
I've heard
Blue?
the story. It's good.
Damok, or D, did I tell you about it?
No, not yet.
Oh, God. So we went to Topgolf while we were up in Nova. And we were just chilling out. And we were sitting next to, we were at the very far end. So we're at the very end. It's like a driving range, if you're wondering what Topgolf is. It's a driving range. But it's a driving range with like, you drive the balls, but you play like Angry Birds and you have targets that you got to hit and you get points for it. So there's like a digital aspect to it that it's really entertaining. It's a fun thing. It's like a drive shaft, I think is another one was what it's called. Or something drive. I can't remember what the hell it is now. But there's a bunch of them around.
It's just a driving range, man.
It's literally a driving range plus. That's all it is. But it's really, really fun. But anyway, so we're sitting there next to this 2 guys, and they were like college age guys, and they're being very, very boisterous, very, very chatty, if you get the term. And it's just, they were just saying a bunch of stuff. Like some of the funnier stuff was like, they're like, "Oh man, that made that pop sound just like when you pop it out of anal." And they kept referencing getting anal, and I'm like, yeah, you guys talking like that means you have never even seen a butthole, let alone been able to touch one. And so I'm sitting there and I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever. And yeah, as we've talked before, I've got Napadravea, so I was making a joke with my wife, just because I was drinking, I had a bunch of rum too. So I was drinking and I just made a reference. I said, man, because I wasn't doing very well. So I was like, yeah, honey, I'm not used to working with these small balls. I'm used to working with the big balls. And the guy behind me, one of the 2 Chads goes, "That's what she said." And I'm in my swing like this, and he says, "That's what she said." And I go, "Not to you." And I drive the damn ball. And I swear to Christ, it was the best hit I did all night. It was straight. It was perfect. And it went forever.
Nice.
They shut up. And I mean, they did not make another peep while we were there at all. And I'm like, holy Christ, he's going to need a burn wart for that one.
I mean, that's a lot better luck than I have on the driving range. I mean, I think you were there, Cecil, when I pulled this one. And I get up there thinking I'm going to knock it nice and far, and I shot somehow like sideways, hit the goddamn post like they were separating the driving range, the little post where you do the driving, and shot back and whacked me right in the fucking nuts. You might have been there for Cecil, unless I was thinking of somebody else.
I don't think I was there for that, but that sounds like something you do.
Yeah, that was okay. No, that was the time that was my army buddy was with me, and he was just laughing his ass off, and everybody else kind of started, shuffled away from me when I took the next shot. Because I somehow shot it off, hit the post right directly to the side of me, and shot back, and I was in the fetal position for a while.
I could see that. Did we miss anybody on drinking? D, did you tell us
me, but
what
I
are you
just
drinking,
ran over my own toes on my gaming chair, so hold on a second. I actually am trying something that my brother Shinzo actually suggested. He introduced me to. It's called Down East. It's basically craft cider. Like, they got all the craft beers, now they got unfiltered craft cider. This one's pear. It's pear cider. It's wicked good. It's like crisp. Like you'd get like a hard cider, like a hard apple cider.
Damn.
Actually, so you get that bubbly crispness like right on the attack, and then you taste the sweetness towards the end of the pear rather than apple. It is so refreshing. I love it.
Damok, do you remember at that wine festival, that cider, that hoppy cider that was there?
Yeah, the one where I bought like 2 bottles and then came home and drank them.
Yeah, God, that was so good. It just reminded me when you said craft cider, I was like, oh, dude, there was that craft cider that we had.
Yeah, they're
at
unfiltered. They're Down East. This has got about 5.3%, ABV, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, Cecil was like, you gotta try this cider thing. We were at the wine fest, and I was like, cider? I'm not a big cider fan. Yeah, no, I bought 2 bottles, and I forgot to take pictures of the bottles. I don't even remember what the fucking company was called. They were gone, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, neither do I. It was so good, though. It was so good.
You'll never find it. It's like a fucking genie. The best cider you'll never taste again.
I bet if I go back through my bank records, because I spent way too much money on that wine festival. But I go back through them, I could probably see the individual purchases, and maybe the winery and that will come up.
I don't know.
I was thinking if you could go back in time and stop yourself every time you purchased all that wine and beer, right now you'd be in that $3 million fucking house.
No, I'd be in a $4 billion mansion and better than all of you guys on my own private fucking island.
I was going to say, yeah, the amount of money I've spent on booze, I could have probably bought a house.
Between booze and video games. Ugh.
I mean, when I was in the army, we were just getting those paychecks, and yeah, if I legitimately did not spend it all at fucking Buster's drinking all the time with my buddies and the girls there and all that, yeah, dude, I really would have had a good chunk of money to get out of the military with.
Yeah, but you know what? I gotta say, out of all the stuff I've spent money on, if I had saved all that money and then bought like some big house afterwards, I don't know. I think I'm okay with spending the money because I had good fun.
You lack the experiences,
yeah,
and you lack the stories, man. I mean, that's really what a life bet is. I mean, no matter how big your grave is, we're all going to be dead regardless. Some of us will have a pyramid, but
Yeah, but when I'm dead, what does it matter if I got a pyramid?
Because
if you want to come back and haunt people, like in style, man.
I mean, if you have a pyramid, you can keep ancient aliens on air.
You can do that, and that dude would just be like, aliens.
I still think that dude is an alien. That motherfucker came out of nowhere, and it's like, he's author of this. So I looked it up, and I could not find said book. He just appears out of nowhere as an expert. I'm like, that motherfucker. He's like, I think this is what humans like.
That shit really fucking angers me, though. Like, History Channel, growing up, used to be a channel that you could flip to and actually learn something, and it'd be legitimate.
It was. Yeah.
Now, I don't know when it changed. I just remember, in the 2005, 2006, where it tried to do all that weird stuff. Oh, we're digging on this fucking island to find gold, and there's a buried treasure. And I was like, that's an interesting thing. And the show started out doing the history of it, and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. Yeah,
Curse of Oak Island.
I hate that show, and I hate that I watch it so much.
Right, and see, that's my problem. I fucking hate that show, but I'm still watching it because I'm going to find that goddamn treasure. I'm going to be there with them, and they're going to find that one box, and it's going to be worth nothing. But I'm still going to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel. I'm going to sit there and be like, yeah, totally watching this. There's something going to happen, and nothing. And the thing is, like, if you watch a season of that, literally a whole season, you could take and have 60 minutes worth of an episode and have everything that they give you in a season.
Yep.
But no, they got to give you, they got to spread this shit out. It's got to go across for fucking 4 hours, 10 hours of what? of them sitting there going, hey, I found this metal coin. Hey, let's show this guy this metal coin. Hey, we found this metal coin. Oh, let's show this guy this metal coin. Hey, we found this metal coin. Yeah, that metal coin's not worth anything. Hey, but we found it though. That means that there could be other metal coins there. Yeah, but this coin isn't worth anything. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to find anything that's not worth anything just because this coin's not worth anything. Yeah, but the coins aren't going to be worth anything.
That. No, it's not just that the coin is not worth anything. Like, whoa, no. This coin is actually relatively recent, circa the last, 20 years. So how we got down into this crazy well that you've done 900 feet in the fucking ground and pulled it out, we're not really sure. But sounds like it was planted. But no, it was never planted. Wait, this was minted in 1999. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Exactly. And there's like a guy sitting there going, shit, I knew I had an extra quarter here. Where the hell did it go?
Well, you know what? History Channel's #1 show was Mail Call with R. Lee Ermey.
Oh, yes.
I loved that show. I remember I wrote into that show when I asked him who invented the MP5, because I had a fascination with the Heckler & Koch MP5, and I asked him why he hadn't won the Nobel Prize yet, which is funny because Alfred Nobel invented, I think, dynamite, and in an effort to make his life seem a little bit better, and he decided to invent the Nobel Peace Prize. So
that I didn't know. You learn something once in a while.
Yeah, so it's like
and on this show, amazingly,
it's like that actually would have been really funny at the time if it actually had been true. If this person had won the Nobel Prize for inventing that gun.
I remember there was one episode where he's that crazy guy about aliens is some South American ruins are see these impossible perfect right angles, and he's going on and on about that. And then I watched a thing where they actually had a real archaeologist go there, and he's like, for one, there aren't perfect right angles. If you move the camera over here, you see they did the best they could with their fucking tools. 2, mysterious. How did they move them? Well, we have the hieroglyphics that tell us how, and look at these grooves they say don't know what for. That's where they put the fucking ropes from. And when they said it weighed this much, no, they fucking don't. And literally the archaeologist showed basically how they did it. He's like, you nitwits.
Yeah, that's
he completely debunked all the shit that crazy guy was saying in that one episode. I was cracking my ass off because I saw that. I'm like, that makes more sense because it was a real archaeologist, and he's like, "This is bullshit."
Well, and that was one of the things that I never really understood is that growing up, I always saw pictures of them Egyptians rolling things over, big stones over logs and stuff, and moving things that way, and then all of a sudden I hit my 20s and I see all these things going, "Oh yeah, there's no way that they could have moved this," and I'm sitting there going, "Oh shit! I mean, this way looks pretty logical, and this is in a textbook that I had from 1989. I mean,
well, the old way of just pulling it on logs doesn't really work out with the size of the stones, but they found a different, more, a better method that they actually used. They think they used.
But the wear marks on the pyramids do not line up with the new method that they thought that they discovered. It's very, dude, the fucking pyramids are crazy now. Growing up, we knew that the pharaoh had all the fucking Hebrew slaves, and that's what it was, and they built the pyramids, and they were
Hebrews were never there,
right? But they were the pharaoh was horrible to the Hebrews, and blah 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 blah, and they did all this, and they were slaves, and it's like, well, first off, now we learned that no, there were no slaves at all, and there was only a fraction of the workforce that they had thought about originally at all, and so they're not slaves. They weren't Hebrew, and it was less than 20 or 30,000 people or whatever. When it used to be, there was hundreds of thousands of people that built the pyramid. No, it was 10,000 dudes.
And not only that, the Egyptians, were very they kind of pompous for stuff like construction projects. They would never let a non-Egyptian do that, so they wouldn't have had slaves to begin with to do any of that construction. They have the ledgers of all the people working with the letters, the sick leave notes, and everything. They have evidence of all that stuff for the work sites and everything else. And if anything, if Hebrews did come by, they would have been if they did go through the area around that time, the pharaohs and the Egyptians have been keep fucking moving out of here, and that's about it. They might have passed through, but there was no, slavery, all this other horse shit. And because we actually have historical records of how they did business.
Which
yeah, but growing up,
blows my mind if you think about it. We have historical records back in Egyptian BC. We have historical records all the way back to there. Just, I don't know. It blows my mind thinking about that. I don't know why it does.
Because humanity's been nuked 3 times and we are evolving from it.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Everybody got really quiet. Like, you know what? That's like the most feasible conspiracy theory. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, I can't argue with that conspiracy theory. That's actually a pretty good conspiracy theory. Like, seriously.
I was just trying to think of how I can do the reset button. Actually, I'm like, that's pretty good. Maybe we need another reset. It's like, you better hurry up, Oak Island, or that's it. With fucking reset, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't get to the point. Time for a reset.
Yeah, seriously. Like they keep talking about this treasure room, and they like, I don't know. I think it was in the most recent season or one of the most recent seasons. They're talking about like they do this ground penetration thing where they have this grid. And they're like, if it's down there, we're gonna find it. And then they never fucking found anything, and they keep finding nothing.
No, they keep finding quarters that are minted in 1999.
Exactly. It's a quarter minted in 1999.
Some dickhead cameraman needs to sew the hole in his pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, stop it.
Next thing, they're going to find a petrified turd down there and be like, oh, this is an ancient turd. And be like, no, that's, I didn't know where to go. And I thought that was the Porta-John hole.
Ever wonder if maybe there was a species of dinosaurs that were a lot more advanced than we give credit for? Made the old, Triassic version of Kardashians, and the universe said, nope, asteroid, fuck that shit.
The entire Hollow Earth lizard people, dude. I've seen Hitler ride a T-Rex, and he's definitely a fucking lizard person.
Again, I can't argue with this. This is sound logic in my mind.
So is that what wrecked everything? It's because we're hollow, and when it bounced off, it rang like a bell and vibrated the shit out of everything. Shook everything to pieces. This has been G.N.A. Podcast and the Conspiracy Theory Hour, and...
Yes, thank you for joining us on the Conspiracy Theory Hour. We'd like to thank Damok for joining in on just some really crazy shit right there.
So, have you guys heard about this TV show called The Witcher?
Dude! Season 2.
Fucking love it.
Season 2. And you know what? Everybody's talking about him grunting too much in Season 1. I want the grunts. I thought he nailed Geralt.
Dude, I thought that performance was awesome. Like, at the times he just kind of sits there pissed off, like just frustrated, just fuck.
Yeah,
I think he did such a good job, man.
Dude, okay, when he all of a sudden realized that he just he did the, what the hell was it? It was the something of surprise, whatever. What the hell was it called?
The law of surprise. Or
the law of surprise. Yeah, that was it. Law of surprise or ritual surprise, whatever the hell it was. And he's like, yeah, so whatever you don't know you have, I claim ownership to. And all of a sudden she pukes. And immediately, as soon as he said it, the queen was like, no! And then the daughter vomits, and he just, girl, oh, fuck.
I've yet to finish the first season of it.
Finish it.
You didn't like it?
No, I did. I got distracted when it came out, and I watched the first couple episodes, was really into it, and then I got distracted and hung up. Odin, it's okay, buddy. I don't know. He's going to be all over this fucking microphone. He's talking like a motherfucker.
That's all right. I'm just not even going to edit this podcast. I'm just going to leave all the coughs and farts and burps and stuff in. There you go. That's a good one.
There you go. I watched the first couple episodes, got really excited for it, and I was like, yes! And then shit happened. I don't remember what happened at the time, but I have not finished it.
Did you hear the song Drop a Coin for Your Witcher?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Leave a coin for your Witcher. Yeah.
That song, for some stupid reason, gets stuck in my goddamn head, and I cannot get it out.
Hence why they've done metal covers with it. There's all kinds of viral people doing that on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's everywhere.
Like,
and it is
literally
catchy.
Like, seriously, there are so many different covers. And
toss
this chick...
a coin to your Witcher, by the way.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, yeah. The saddest part is the guy that actually came up with the song was like, I can't get it the fuck out of my head. Dude. It was like, he had the worst case of the earworm.
Violette Orlando, I think is her name. She does a metal-ish cover of Toss a Coin to Your Witcher.
A good one. There's also a dude that does too.
Oh, dude. No, I personally, my personal preference is this chick. She nails it. And it just, It rocks. Like, it's so good. But anyways, you were talking about something about The Witcher and the second season coming up. What did you have to say about that, Blue?
Well, I mean, I don't know what they're going to have in there, but I really want to see. And then here's the problem is with my memory on this one, because I think I literally watched it as soon as it came out. And that was 2019, or was that 20?
No, it's 2020.
Okay.
What, the original Witcher?
Yeah, when the show came out
First
on
season,
Netflix.
yeah.
No, it was around like 2019 because I watched like the entire series chilling with my army buddy when I was over in Germany. Because it was I watched a whole thing of this Witcher while I was chilling not too far from Regensburg in Germany with my buddy Matt.
Well, there you go.
So I think it was 2018, 2019.
It was probably 2019 because I remember I was living in a house.
Because I came back 2019 in January.
I could have swore I watched that during the pandemic. Oh, no. Oh, that's why. It was December 20th, 2019. Because I'm pretty sure I watched that during the pandemic scare and everything.
Yeah, because I watched it I watched it when I was over, because I was over there for November, December, and January.
So I'll give that to you. You are technically right. It was 2019, but come on, December 20th, 2019.
Go D, go D.
On a technicality, God damn it.
So I want to see more of the Wild Hunt. Like, I think that was in...
No.
What was in the first...
You're not getting it. You're not getting it.
Yeah, that's going to be tough because that's part of the gaming realm, and I don't think they have license to that.
Well, then what was it? There was some sort of religious cult or something. I could have sworn in the first season, and I thought it was like Wild Huntish.
Okay, so let's first off call this out. Let's call out spoilers. So if you haven't actually seen season 1 of The Witcher, you might want to mute me now.
La 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 la.
Sorry, and there's Damok muting me.
Spoiler alert. Fuck.
Exactly. Fuck. So the whole first season ends up turning out to be, Geralt trying to chase down this, that element of surprise, law surprise or whatever. So it ends up that's what this whole season turns out to be. He's jumping back and forth through time to explain why he's on this trek. In fact, the very, very beginning of the show, you are like at the end where he picks up and he goes back to go claim her, but you don't know that until way later in the show. So at the end of the show, you find out that he finally tracks her down. Like, he goes on this weird trip, meets his mom again, all sorts of fun stuff. But it ends up with him finally tracking down this little girl that he is now in charge of because her grandmother's dead, her mother's dead, her father's dead, everybody's dead. So now he's that's where literally it ends. I am super interested to see where they're going to take that story. Because they've already done the time jump around. I don't know if they can pull that off again without it seeming like they're going back to the same well. So I'm interested to see what they're going to come up with this time around. What they're going to do this time around to... Like, what gimmick they're going to use, I guess, is where I'm saying. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I follow. I'm really interested, too. But I just thought of something, and this is going conspiracy theory land. Proof we're in a simulation, Cecil.
Huh?
You have The Witcher come out, right?
Yeah.
Toss a coin near Witcher becomes absolutely viral.
Yeah.
And shortly after, we have a fucking coin shortage. Remember? We had the coin shortage for a while.
I think we still do have a coin shortage.
Yeah.
I don't know. I watched the first, I only got
Weird.
3-ish, maybe 4 episodes in. I thought I watched more, but I could have been hammered fucking drunk watching it, and I don't remember past that part. But yeah, there's a lot of tits in the first episode, man. I was like, hell yeah, this is my type of show. Now, Blue, I know you have to cover your eyes, but it's good. It's a really good show.
All right, so there's a new song. Toss a tit to your Damok.
I don't think he'll ever argue that.
I will get in trouble, so I'm going to say I'm good. I have what I have, and I like it, and I don't need anything else. If you toss a tit to your Damok, we're okay.
I'm pretty proud of my tits. I mean, if you see these guys, they're nice and supple. They're pretty good. Nice perky
I think
nipples.
next time we see Damok, we should just kind of
bra.
press up our nipple on him.
No, it's not a bra. It's a bro. Come on, man. Seinfeld, remember?
No, I don't actually like Seinfeld. I think the only episode that is worth any fucking thing out of Seinfeld is the Soup Nazi.
Yep. I knew as soon as you said only one episode, I'm like, everybody gravitates to the Soup Nazi. What else is there?
It's the only fucking one that was actually good. Everybody and I know that
I was in the pool.
I know that the premise of the show is that everybody's a piece of shit. I got that. But it wasn't any fucking good. And I watched it for several seasons going, okay, yeah, it never got fucking good. Seinfeld is horrible. Friends? I'm sorry. All the girls in this house really like Friends. Another complete shit show. I didn't like it at all whatsoever.
I did not like Friends. I was watching Doctor Who when Friends was on. I was watching old Doctor Who when Friends was on.
Yeah, I love Doctor Who. We should make a new version. We should make Frenemies.
Frenemies.
That's pretty much in reality what it is.
You know what? After seeing the fuck it, if you're gonna call me homophobic or whatever, after seeing the Gay Force friggin' advertisement, we should pitch Q Force. That's it. We should pitch Frenemies to Netflix because I bet you they'll pick it up. They'll pick up.
Jesus
anything.
Christ, dude! If I thought the Rick and Morty episode about them doing that was an absolute joke, and then I literally saw the trailer for Q Force, and I went, "That is the most homophobic piece of shit trailer I've ever seen in my entire life," and everyone should be absolutely offended on both sides of the fucking spectrum.
I haven't seen it.
Don't watch it. Downvote everything. Burn Netflix to the fucking ground for that. I'm about to cancel my subscription because that's
For what
it's
now?
bad. For Q
I'm gonna wait till
Force.
after I watch He-Man. Then I will.
What now?
Q Force.
Q Force.
Yeah, Google it. Just put yourself on mute so I can't hear you.
My buddies. Yes, that's my daddy. My daddy loved me like that. It's gonna be good. Oh, I wasted all this masculinity bursting into the room. No, you didn't, because my little butthole went boop. Those quotes from the trailer, dude. It's bad.
Yeah. So to be perfectly honest, when I first saw the beginning, like the start of that trailer, I went, I have to not say a word about this because I'm going to be called names. And
okay.
It's going to be bad.
It's them doing the whole alphabet thing and forcing the alphabet thing into the story instead of making the story about a story. They make it about the alphabet.
Yeah, it's the alphabet people story. Quote Dave Chappelle.
Honestly,
instead of it being queers in a job, it's a job about queers. They did it the wrong fucking way entirely. And at the end of the trailer, the end of their own trailer cancels itself. It's like, oh, you can't pander to the gays. They can smell that. You're like Citibank during Pride. And it was like, the fuck did you just say?
I just watched it. I just saw that right before you said that. Now I'm traumatized, kind of.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. It's so bad.
It's awful.
Yeah,
Who thought that was a good idea?
It's awful.
Who thought that was a good idea?
It's awful on all sides. You can be fucking straight, gay, trans, whatever the fuck, dude. It is awful across the goddamn board.
Now, hold on. I got to make a quick disclaimer here, okay? We here at the G.N.A. do not discriminate if you are gay, trans, whatever. Hell, if you want to call yourself a Nazi, Apache attack helicopter, whatever, we don't care. But I think everybody can agree that this show is bad.
True story. That, just the trailer alone was like, wow, you know what? I'm completely offended, and I'm not surprised that the entire community hasn't backlashed. Oh, wait, it has backlashed against it.
Well, that's the thing is,
I hope so. It was insulting to them. That's awful.
Well, that's when you ruin a story, is when you really try to focus on this one. It's like some Christian movies. They're like, I'm not talking about like VeggieTales. VeggieTales actually is pretty dang good, but a lot of Christian movies, they focus really hard on the message. and the rest of it falls apart. The story itself. So that's
like
what they're
Passion of the
doing.
Christ 2-hour snuff film.
They're like really focusing on like the identity of the characters being alphabet, and the story is built after that into it, and it's a shit show because you're like focusing too hard on this one thing. You either focus on a message or you focus on a story. Sometimes you can have a story give a message, and it's harder to do, but they're just trying to like churn out shit for the
Blue,
sake of.
I'm kind of concerned about you, man. Like, you recently got married to Brit Shark. There are no kids in your household, but yet you could probably recite VeggieTales to me. So,
wait a minute.
I'm getting a little worried.
There's nothing wrong with VeggieTales.
I used to help out with Vacation Bible School, and
Dude,
when that was like the thing, and I'm actually surprised now that I've gotten back into the church, helping out with like the little ones. I'm actually surprised that it's not still a thing. I don't know what happened to it.
Roll call, Mickey. Dude, trust me, I've had plenty of kids in my house and been around plenty of other fucking kids because I personally don't have any kids. I do it. Little Einsteins, though, is a shit. That's the fucking show to watch.
Yes,
and,
yes, it is.
Bob the Builder.
Yes, I've got kids, and yes.
Yes, he can. Yeah, do great shows. No, so I was
Little
just trying to give you some shit, man.
Magic School Bus.
However,
always.
You should probably not use the term getting into the church and helping the little ones. I don't know if that's quite...
I'm not Catholic.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could have
so
fooled
we're
me.
clear. We're good to go now.
What a show.
Yeah, but that's where you like they ruin Netflix with stuff like that. And I mean, hell, they did a shit show with that show called Cuties, or not show, movie.
No. You guys are fucking wrong sorry, Blue, you're wrong on that.
I'm wrong.
Wasn't it like a pedophilia thing?
You bought
Sounded awful.
No, you bought into the bullshit. You bought into the one fucking thing that they tried to blast it for. I watched the movie. It's not about what they tried to advertise it about. It is what we expose our children to and what our children see in the media that they will imitate across the board. It is about peer pressure across the board, and it is about what we advertise to children. Wet ass pussy. Get that wet ass pussy. Come on, wet ass pussy. That's what we fucking advertise to our children. And this was, this takes place not in America. I do believe it's a French film.
It is.
Across the board. And it's a Muslim family moving to France, and all this, the pressure that's put on the girls to do these things. Yes, there are some uncomfortable scenes, but, as a 14, 15-year-old boy at the time who wasn't trying to get in a fucking girl's pants.
Well, okay, so
in other words, they should fire their PR
way
people because they fucked that up.
Yeah, but
royally.
the thing is, you are correct. That's what they're trying to get across. But they could have done it a different way.
Did you watch it? Because I watched it.
No, I have not watched it.
See, then legitimately don't knock it and you honestly watch it, because it was...
I'm never going to watch it. I'm not going to try it.
Everybody who has a fucking child should watch that goddamn movie. And
I already know they're trying to trans the kids. I already know they're trying to sexualize the kids.
No. They're not trying to trans the kids. They didn't. So in the movie, they did not
that movie.
actually...
I'm not saying specifically in that movie. I know that society, the secular society in general, has done that. Like it's now in Blue's Clues, the transgender stuff. You have libraries in Europe where you have a monkey with a phallus who comes to reading time with children. There was Drag Queen Story Hour. Like, I already know, like, they have that, and then they also have, what you're talking about, Cardi B. You have they did it to Britney Spears when I was going to say we, but I'm younger than you guys. When we were growing up, my wife and I, like, they sexualized Britney Spears at a rather young age with
what the fuck?
I'm okay with
not that innocent.
Dude,
but sex sells.
I watched all
that's
that.
Point.
Yes, but that's the thing. Like, Dude, I already know that they're doing that.
Go back to the 70s. Go back to the 60s. They sexualized people back then too. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Look at the Rolling Stones.
That's what the secular society wants to do, and that's why you.
I
have
got
to
a
pay
movie
attention.
from Lou. I think you should watch Bat Pussy.
No,
Oh,
thank
God,
you.
No.
Actually, you know what? That's probably, to be honest, one of the fucking critics that reviewed it said that if you want to stop children from having sex, you show them bat pussy, and I have to agree.
Yeah, actually, you know what? That would be something I would agree with too. If you don't ever want to have, if you want to stop, like if you've got a pedophile and you want to stop them from having sex, bat pussy. If you got somebody who's addicted to sex and you want them to stop having sex, bat pussy. If you just,
Let's introduce this to the Catholic Church.
Yeah,
Pronto.
Every priest has to watch bat pussy. Like that's what should happen right now because it's
Celibacy is now easy.
yeah. Like and if you start
it promotes celibacy.
If you start to feel like, hey, I'm starting to get the urge to have sex, watch bat pussy. That'll cure that pretty damn quick.
Okay.
The only positive to that whole movie, bouncy ball time. That's it. Only positive.
And only because it was so just random and distracting from the rest of the pain.
Yeah, it was like
It's not even that it was that good. It was just distracted us from the pain.
So let's try to turn this back to what everyone else is looking forward. Excuse
you
me.
mean
To
they're not looking for bat pussy?
in the second season of The Witcher Netflix series.
More tits, dude. Like, legitimately. There was a lot of tits in the first season, at least the first couple episodes. I'm hoping there's more tits in the next season.
No. What they need the actress from Bat Pussy in The Witcher 2. I don't care what she does. She just has to be in it.
But no, so I did not actually watch all of The Witcher, but I did thoroughly enjoy it. It got to a point where he was mediating in the tent with somebody at some point, and it really, really got Game of Thronesy. And I was like,
Yes.
I hope it gets better after that, but that's where I kind of left off.
It jumped. The one thing about The Witcher that kind of annoyed me until I realized what the hell was going on, and it took me a minute to realize what the hell was going on, the jumping around in time. Like, it took me probably, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be like, oh God. It probably took me about 6 episodes to realize that they were jumping in time. And when I finally realized that they were jumping around in time, I'm like, oh my God, I have to go back and rewatch this just to figure out what I missed. It was like, Damok, did you continue watching Lost or did you stop?
I stopped because I got yelled at.
Oh, because you were watching it without her?
Yeah, apparently that's the show that we're supposed to watch together.
Well, it's like the show Lost because I watched it once and I loved it. And then I stopped. I said, okay, I'm not going to watch it again. Then I went back about 2-3 months ago and started watching it again and started catching on to all the little things that I missed the first time. And I got to admit, the second time going through it was really good by comparison. I enjoyed it the first time watching it. I really enjoyed it the second time because I knew what was going to happen. So I started looking for the signs of things to happen. I'm like, oh my God, how did I not realize that? And that's what I want to go back through and watch The Witcher again. So as soon as I get a date because I don't think they've released a date for The Witcher 2 coming out yet, have they?
They have.
Oh shit, when is it?
It is. Go away.
It's the end of this year.
It's like November.
Okay. Well, that's not bad.
Wait, no, that's Resident Evil.
December 17th.
There you go.
December 17th. So it's basically December 20th. Fucking again.
Yeah, it's basically like a year apart. Well, 2 years.
2 years apart.
Hey,
Because it was 2019
you
to
realize you all
2021.
basically have to drink, right?
Fuck me. Yes. I realize I have to drink.
Oh, Blue, that doesn't count. You need to go into your fridge and get a beer.
Uh-huh.
So one of the things one thing I'm going to do is, now that I know when that is, probably sometime in November, I'm going to watch through the entire Witcher series. I'll probably just broadcast it on our Discord, but I'm going to watch through the entire Witcher series, the first one, to get primed up for the second one, because I know that I'm going to forget something from the first season. Now, what will really throw me for a loop, though, is if they all of a sudden decide, you know what, we're not going to actually be anywhere near the first season. We're just going to, go full on second season, and has nothing to do with the first season. Just completely random.
If they did, they're going to ruin all the good work that they did in the first season.
Will they, though? Because they could always come back to it in the third season and wrap and tie the two of them together.
No.
See, no,
and I still say that your interlude between all the episodes, as you're waiting, Cecil, if you do broadcast it, should be toss a coin to your Witcher on repeat.
It should be. But Blue, you were saying that you were hoping season 2 was going to touch more on Wild Hunt. And
yes,
I would say that it is, only because when they said the Witcher series was coming out on Netflix and it was going to be by the book and it was not going to be based on the video games, obviously the first Witcher games were based directly on the books, and it was very much, it's like the Striegr and all of that was straight out of the intro scene from The Witcher 1. That is the intro cinematic for the very first Witcher game. They absolutely copied the video games. They say they didn't. But the Striegr that they fight and all of that is fucking the intro scene to The Witcher 1, which was a fantastic game. I mean, all of the Witcher games are fantastic. So maybe they go Wild Hunt.
But was it in the book? So technically they were following the book.
Well,
right,
so,
but that wasn't supposed to be what it was. They were not supposed to follow the video game because the video game cut things out of the first couple of books and went from there. But they didn't. The Witcher Netflix show started directly on where the Witcher 1 video game started.
Which is fine. And I think they should continue to base it off of that, because this is where they could screw it up. They could do exactly what the Star Wars sequels did. It's like, we have no material to base anything on. We have nothing. There's nothing. Yeah, which is the biggest load of crap. You have something that was created to be canon.
You have an
entire huge amount of books and literature and comic books.
Like, they stole from it. And they fucking stole from it too.
Whatever show or movie has created or has taken fan-created works and made it canon. I don't know anything else except for Has Resident Evil done that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Resident Evil and Star Wars are the only ones that I know that actually done that. And if they have all these books, and not only they have the video game, which the video game itself, like The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, is a 100-hour plus game. Like, if you really spend the time going through every little thing, you will spend at least 100 hours in that game with all the DLCs. So,
yeah, you really get your money's worth on that one. Actually,
so I think
it's a very enjoyable game.
I think they've laid a great groundwork. How the characters came to be, how he became the Butcher of Blaviken, how Yennefer came to be.
I really like how they really worked on Yennefer's story. Like they really fleshed it out.
Yeah. So this is a good basis for a second season.
However, I thought Tress's story was really kind of muted by comparison. I hope in the second season they focus on other characters. You know, of course, Harry Cantrell, but I hope that they don't really focus on Yennefer like they did on this season. I hope that they expand it out and you get to see other characters start to get more airtime, more development.
Yes, but Yennefer, if you think of it this way, Yennefer is his love, and say her name again.
Tress.
Tress is the rebound that he got when he lost his memories. So maybe
because he's known Tress for a really long time, and he's always had an interest. But you're right, she is the bounce back girl.
Yeah, so I really don't think she needs to be fleshed out as extensively as Yennefer does.
But she's got a great, rich story to her that they're just not touching.
Which, again, the video games didn't touch on her story either, and the books absolutely went into her story. So I do have the first book, and I have actually read it. I know, it's fucking surprising. I read a book. But But yeah, I read a book that's not 40K. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the more that's the more shocking part, that it was a book that wasn't 40K.
Yeah, so 40K in the Diablo books by Richard A. Canuck. I love that fucking author, dude. Yeah, he did Diablo books, and he did. Anyways, I had a great time with those. The first book is not the Witcher Netflix show at all. No, it really copied the video games after they swore up and down it would never copy the video games, and there was that dispute over the fucking author and of the books and CD Projekt Red and blah 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 blah. But it turns out Netflix jumped into it and did the same goddamn fucking thing across the board. But Triss Marigold has an interesting story that they cut out entirely.
I know, and that's the thing, that's what I want to see in this. Like, I'm okay with in a season you focusing on a set couple of characters to make it good, to reduce focus the story.
Yes,
and I'm okay with that, but I don't want to see them turn around and go, oh yeah, hey, we're just gonna do we're just gonna do the same two characters over and over again, and eventually we're gonna stop doing character development because there's no point to it. You've already learned everything you can about these characters, and we're not really gonna focus on any of their characters. Like, that's one of the things I loved about Lost, is that they spent, I don't want to say an equal amount of time, because there definitely were characters that were paid attention to more, but they spent a good amount of time developing characters, even characters that they were going to kill or blow up with dynamite or something. They still spent time developing the characters.
Wait,
That's
what do you mean kill? They were all in purgatory.
So they didn't. They ended up in purgatory. They didn't start there. The island was not purgatory.
So I haven't watched it. I don't know. I've heard all kinds of horrible things about the ending where tons and tons of people didn't like it, but tons of people didn't like the ending of Sopranos, and I did. So
yeah, there's a lot to the ending of Lost, and it is. You're either going to be like, yeah, okay, I'm okay with that, or no, God, no.
Dude, Andrew Clavin was talking about gangster stuff, and I remember him talking about the Sopranos, but I'm sorry, you got me off topic on this, but like Cowboy Bebop, now that's a gangster show.
The fucking right, that's a gangster show. Like,
I love that.
Oh, fuck me, man. Like, I like only a few anime, but Cowboy Bebop is at the very top of that fucking list, man. Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop are tied
both
for
good
first
choices.
place.
Both
Yeah.
good choices.
I would
So
say
I can introduce you to a few good more offbeat ones, Damok, sometime. I could introduce you to a few I think you'll like.
Oh, I think God will introduce him to everything that you could possibly come up with, dude.
Yeah, you
Fuck
just
you guys, dude.
Yeah, he's probably far superior to me,
reviewers. That's fucking amazing. The storyline is great, but it is nothing like what you think. It's all about sex.
Of course.
No, but like the storyline's actually pretty fucking good. Like, yeah, they review all the fucking the whorehouses they go to, but the characters actually develop along the way, and it's very interesting. The angel with the broken halo, and angels are both male and female at the same time, so she has the biggest dick and the tightest pussy. It's fucking great.
Oh,
was that the one that we started watching, and they were doing reviews of having sex with people in brothels?
Yes.
That is an amazing show.
They go to different brothels. It was amazing.
That is amazing.
The characters are great.
Yeah, that is absolutely 100% amazing.
We watched all of us watched Seven Deadly Sins, the anime, right? Like we got through couple seasons of that. Like,
I didn't actually catch it with you guys. I didn't watch it with you guys, but I've watched it on my own, and I really enjoy it.
Didn't we watch a movie of Seven Deadly Sins?
I don't know if there was.
Didn't we go to the movie theater and watch? What were the two that we watched in the movie theater? Because we've watched two animes in the movie theater.
We saw Tanya the Evil in the movie theater.
Yeah.
And
wasn't it the Seven Deadly Sins one?
I don't think it was Seven Deadly Sins.
Is it all right to pick up girls in a dungeon?
That's it. That was it. It was.
There you go.
That was it. Is it all right to pick up girls in a dungeon? That was the one. The other one we watched.
Yeah, Gother, you know how you look at Gother and you're like, the face is so feminine, but the body's masculine?
Yeah.
Finish that series. Or catch up to where Netflix has got it right now.
Is he hermaphrodite?
I'm not going to say anything.
He's a hermaphrodite.
That's a yes.
But it's
he's a
interesting.
hermaphrodite.
No, I'm not going to give anything away.
You already gave it all away.
All right, you can think that, but listen in on it. It's very interesting. His story. I got to say.
It's not a cock and balls. That's a pet turtle. I got up a second ago. I ran out of beer, and I got like one more of the pair left. And I realized one of the other down east beers, or the hard ciders, I mean. This one I've drinking before, and this one's a pineapple. Pineapple's also wicked good. I just wanted to bring that up just because.
Fun fact about pineapple. Pineapple is one of the only fruits that you eat that actually eats you back while you're eating it.
Yeah, the acid's in it?
There's actually an enzyme that's only in pineapple that breaks down proteins. So when you eat it, it's actually eating you simultaneously.
Sexy. I like that in the pineapple.
And Mother Russia, fruit eats you.
Oh, yeah.
Please tell me pineapples grow in Cuba, please, because otherwise that joke's not going to work.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't think it grows.
I
certainly don't think it grows in Russia.
Yeah, no, it
doesn't grow in my backyard. But with continuing with The Witcher, I really want to see more of the story of what happens after the battle to Yennefer. I honestly really like the character. I mean, obviously the gratuitous G.N.A aside, I really liked what they did with the character and everything else, from the deformity to basically being beautiful and, all the mental illness that goes with it. I really want to see what they do with Yennefer going forward, too.
I did like that. I did like that they showed her as deformed and then, the abusive father, and she can stay out with the pigs and all that shit, and she wasn't part of the family, and that the witch comes in and saves her, and the mental fucking issues that come with
magic.
Not just magic, but like being a fucked up, broken human being, like twisted
the physical disability,
and then
the abuse that comes with it, and
it's great.
Not just from family, but everybody.
It really hit a lot of targets from when I was watching it, and I really, really want to see where it goes. I really need to watch the fucking show.
You do need to finish
the new
it.
one comes out,
But I feel like
you could
we're gonna have to chain Damok up and force him.
All those magical people, the mages or wizards, witches, whatever they would like to refer to themselves as, and that they're all jacked. They're all jacked up. Every single one of them. Like, you can just the emotional baggage and trauma that just, I feel like it's like heir apparent in all of them.
It's like you gave a bunch of superpowers to veterans.
I mean, yeah, like you got a bunch of like war
give us a bunch of superpowers, and it's like, oh shit!
Like the training alone, like that'll give you like horrific flashbacks.
Yeah, that literally Yennefer just goes through, and the only thing she wants to do is have a child, and that's the one thing she gave up to be beautiful.
But what's also really cool is Aragon? Magic requires energy, requires life force, and it can kill you in Aragon. And then that's something that's also made quite apparent in the Witcher series.
Okay, you are talking about Aragon the book, right?
Yes.
Okay,
so
because the movie was like a dumpster
not the movies, the actual books. So like The Witcher, like that's another cool thing, because like Harry Potter has like the fantasy, like
where it's
like
it's
rainbow
unlimited
magic kind of thing, because it's like magic doesn't really like, it takes like skill and talent, but it doesn't have that dark like, you screw the spell up, it's going to backfire and kill you.
Wait, which Harry Potter are you reading and or watching? Because the later books and movies, you fuck up the spell, it definitely has consequences.
Yeah, it doesn't happen until later, like in the beginning, like
in the beginning, they teach them how to do hocus pocus bullshit. It's okay.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like they never like they say like there's like forbidden magic, there's
abracadabra.
Magic, like stuff like that. but like they don't give it that like physicality until later in the series.
There's not the toll of it. Like even when you play a role-playing game, you have MP, which essentially is supposed to be your life force that you're giving to, to do whatever it is that you're doing. So that's what your MP is. It's like your energy that you have available to do this.
Yeah, magic points, but it's not usually your life force. Depending on what RPG you play, I have played where if you dip past that, you could, and I forget the game, but you could dip past
There's only
your
one
MP,
game,
but it started draining your life force.
There's only one game. It's World of Warcraft, and you can life tap as a warlock to regain MP with your life.
Okay, so hold on. I got to pause. So let's do some pop quiz here. And you already know it's coming. In Final Fantasy, was MP based off of life force or not?
Yes.
I thought it depended on the game.
Yeah, I thought it was game dependent, but no.
So in Final Fantasy IV, why did Tella tap into his life force to call down Meteor and then immediately die from it?
Because he's a warlock from World of Warcraft, and he did life tap too many goddamn times. You can kill yourself in WoW as a warlock life tapping.
I mean, in number 4, he was able to go past his MP, like beyond, by sacrificing his life. But I mean, that was in 4. I mean, I think of like just the mechanics of the other games. It's like you had life points and you had MP.
So double check me on this. And I literally mean double check me on this because I could very well be wrong and I'm okay with being proven wrong. However,
because Tella did use it because he wasn't powerful enough to use it, so he had to sacrifice his life for the extra.
Well, that's the thing is he was powerful enough to use it. However, he had gotten to the point where he was so old. He didn't have the life force. He didn't have the energy to physically do it anymore. He was a powerful enough wizard to call it down because he was able to recall the spell and use it. But if you look at the Final Fantasy games, if you go into all the lore and crap on it, they all talk about when you cast a spell, it pulling from your life force.
Yeah, because there's warlocks.
And Final Fantasy IV was one of the only games that I can actually recall where it actually showed the actual downside of you using too much energy and what would happen from it. Tella knew.
Yeah, it was Tella.
Yeah, he knew that knew that he was physically not capable of pulling that spell off. But he still did it.
I didn't think as a rule of thumb, though, it's like it came from your life force. I just thought if you didn't have the magic points, like the energy available, you could actually draw further, but that had consequences.
Yeah, I
need to go back then.
But if you think about it, if you go with the logic on it, if it wasn't based on pulling from some sort of life force, then Tella would have been able to pull that out no matter what. Or on the flip side, he would have never
not at all.
He would never have been able to do it at all.
True, you make a good point.
You also have Noctis and his death from using the magic.
Well, and yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, yeah, I was talking about the classic ones. Yes, 15, yes.
But you also have 15, where the father was even saying, I can't keep this up. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep calling on the power. And even if you remember in Kingsglaive, the old guard.
Yeah, the little offshoot, like the mobile offshoot, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the movie Kingsglaive.
Yeah.
Oh,
remember where they said we'll give you our power, but you're going to have to give us something in return, and he had to give up his life to do it.
That's right. To give him the power he received the power of the king, and then even Noctis, to fully unlock the power of the king, had to give his life.
I'm going to delve more into the Final Fantasy lore because I really want to know, but I'm going to definitely give this win to Cecil. Because right now, I'm really feeling that Cecil's right on this one, but I definitely want to go back and brush up on my lore, because I'm realizing that I haven't been touching it enough in a long while.
I'm perfectly okay if I'm wrong. I'm perfectly okay with being wrong. Just somebody's got to write in and tell me that I'm wrong. So, G.N.A. podcast at GNAinyourdNA.1. Tell me I'm wrong. Jump in the Discord. Tell me I'm wrong. But bring your proof, because I'm going to bring mine. I have played literally every Final Fantasy game minus 11 and 15, and whatever the lore is in there. Well, you know what? Sorry,
Cecil. You were talking about Noctis. Do you mean 15 or do you mean the MMORPG?
Sorry, 14. 14.
Okay.
Sorry, screw up there.
Sorry.
I drank a lot of rum by this point in time.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't confused. Because I was like, wait a second, I could have sworn you played 15.
No, I'm confused. That's the problem. I'm confused.
I'm always confused.
But yeah,
that
was one of the fun things. Well, okay, so I love The Witcher. I love Magic. But one thing that came out this week that really blew my socks off, that I've been asking for years.
Oh, you're not doing it right.
Sock puppets?
Everybody who has reserved a fucking Steam
Deck.
Switch.
Steam Deck.
Steam Deck. Yeah, Steam Switch. Raise your hand. I was going to say I am disappointed in 2 of us, but it turns out that there are 3 of us that I'm disappointed in.
I'm horribly disappointed in myself.
Yeah, and I reserved the 512 gig model.
I reserved the $650 one, whichever one that one was.
Yeah, the 512.
I reserved the one below it, the mid-range one, for like the $500 and something. So I decided to go mid-range with that one.
And that's all right.
Test it out for like a mid-range area, because I really want to do like a mid-range, like say not the one without the solid state, not that one. The EMC, whatever.
Yeah, no.
But I want to do the mid-range and do a good review on it. I'm thinking about getting back into doing my videos on YouTube more regularly. So that's going to be one of the upcoming tech ones I want to do.
Dude, I have been I literally have been talking about wanting to do some sort of Steam Link or Steam game from my friggin' from a handheld forever now. Like, I literally was trying to build my Switch. I was trying to hack my Switch into making it so that I could play friggin' Steam games from my Switch. That's how bad I was doing it.
Personally, I'm going to wait until I fully am confident. I have full confidence that this thing can handle Snake.
Snake?
Snake! No, not that one. The one with the apple.
No, Nokia. The old Nokias.
No, sorry. You just said Snake and immediately pulled me onto that. But seriously, I'm looking at it, and spec-wise, like, they were compared to the Xbox X, and they're going spec-wise, and I'm like, well, I mean, spec-wise, it doesn't hold up to the Xbox X, but we're also not going to be pushing the resolution of the Xbox X.
It's not meant to. I mean, it's meant to just be a powerful handheld. It's still supposed to be a portable computer.
That's a horrible comparison.
Yeah.
And it's not running.
We should be comparing the power
resolution
to the Switch's power, which is, it dwarfs by a lot.
Oh, if you want to do the Switch power comparison, you need to look up the Gamerz Nexus review, because Steve fucking breaks it down, and legitimately it will blow the new Nintendo Switch out of the fucking water entirely, powerhouse-wise.
Which is already $350
Wait,
with the new OLED one that's coming out.
The new Nintendo Switch.
The one that's coming out in October.
The
very, very newest.
Okay.
So
with the new dock, the new upgraded memory, actually, I shouldn't say memory, storage. Sorry.
Yeah,
storage.
no, Gamerz Nexus breaks it. So I like Linus Tech Tips, and me and Moonfat were talking about it, and he's like, hey, I'm not going to fucking pre-order. And I think me and Zyber talked about it.
Yeah, I like Linus too as well. I
like Linus a lot. Linus is great when you're looking at it as a, hey, you know what? That's a pretty great product and it sounds pretty good. I'm going to pick that up. But if I want to know the nitty fucking gritty, is this going to be legitimate or not? It's Gamerz Nexus. Steve is going to look at it and be like, awesome. I'm going to break down every fucking thing that I see about it, and when we get our hands on it, I'm going to rip it apart and tell you what's good and what's bad, done and done. And the
only thing I don't like about Gamerz Nexus, though, is that they literally go into, like, they're breaking it down to the nanometer. Like, that's how hardcore they're getting into it. And sometimes that can be really overwhelming.
And it is, but if you legitimately listen to him at the end when he does his wrap-up, he's like, hey, this part sucks about it, but the rest of it's pretty fucking good, and blah, blah. Or he says, this is really fucking bad. Don't ever buy this product in your fucking life. That's what his, I bought the t-shirt because I loved his 2020 fucking season. He's like, it's the 2020 failure. That case that had 19 fans in it, that pulled hot air and recirculated hot air throughout the case and fried your components, or the heat sinks that weren't actually connected to the heat sinks themselves to pipe out, he's got that 2020 failure t-shirt and he goes over every single horrible fucking thing that came out and he's like, yeah. I was like, dude, legitimately, his breakdowns can be a lot, but he's got that little tag at the end where you don't have to watch him ripping apart components and talking about it. He'll give you a down and dirty, hey.
Although I do love the component level stuff. I really do like that about it because I like to understand the nitty gritty.
And between you, me, and everybody here, we're component level people. But for the average person, it can be super overwhelming. Like, insanely overwhelming.
The one thing I'm going to I was kind of sad about as far as the new Steam Deck. And I know with the price, I mean, the price point it is, how much power you're getting, the fact that they're shrinking it down to something just a little bit thicker and bigger than the Switch. Impressive, because a lot of times if you shrink the size of something, regardless of power, you at least double the price normally. So I can't complain too much, but the 60 hertz refresh rate I was kind of sad about.
Yeah, but it's got a whole...
I'm not...
I play 60 frame... Like, I like above hundreds. Don't get me wrong. I've played above 100, and it's really, really smooth. I'm okay with 60. I'm not too hurt by that. The amount of other features that you're getting, the 4 programmable back buttons...
Yeah.
Full. Yeah. No,
7-inch, the 7-inch screen.
Full.
Yeah, but well, okay. So the ones that I'm referring to that I really like are the back buttons that are programmable. I know they're
There's
all
four of them back there that he's referring to.
I like the back buttons there. Their placement because
the 2 and 2.
Where I grip a controller, those are literally right in the perfect spot for me to hit with my fingers, and it's going to take me a little time to get used to it. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to say it was only 4.
It's technically every button can be rebound because Steam allows for that.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean... If it sounded like I was saying it was only those 4, I just meant that those 4 in back are really appealing to me.
Very convenient for the placement.
Exactly.
And didn't they get sued for having those fucking back controllers on the Steam controller, and yet now they just relaunched a console it's not a console, it's a fucking handheld that has the same goddamn buttons built into the back of it, and they're like, fuck you guys, we're Valve, we're privately owned, and we're worth $40 billion fucking dollars. Right?
And they're still privately owned. That's the thing that's like, oh man, like, whatever they're doing right, and I don't blame them for anything. Like, I really don't. They're living the dream.
They truly fucking are, dude. It is great.
Overall, I'm pretty impressed with the handheld, gaming PC. It's what it is. It's not a super powerful, but it is a handheld sized gaming PC, which is kind of cool.
I am super excited about it. I pre-ordered it, and I know I always say, you got to speak with your wallet, guys. Don't do this. Don't pre-order because it's holding the machine. It's keeping it. No, but you know what? I've been waiting for this for years. I've been saying, like, I want this.
This is a machine I want to support.
Yep.
It's privately owned company right here.
I'm going to be perfectly honest here. I'm expecting this to be horrid. I'm expecting this to be a flop, but I want to invest in this because I want them to do it again, and I want them to do it right, and I want them to just blow my frigging socks off. And I'm just so out of this world blowing my socks off on the next one. Like, that's what I'm waiting for.
Cecil, you know what the first thing I'm going to play on it is?
Some porn game.
No,
yes.
Actually.
Yes, I am.
Him, yes. No, but I reserved that whole re-release of the original Final Fantasies. I'm going to crack those open on it. Not going to push it, just going to crack the Final Fantasies open.
I'm not going to lie.
Bringing it around.
I I reserved the big one. I got the 512 fucking gigabyte. I did the whole I reserved that one because I'm like, yeah, this is going to be great. I honestly plan to go back and play the RPGs that are sitting in my fucking 700 game library that I'm like, you know what?
Need to.
It's one of those that, like, I sit at my computer with a controller. It's like, but a chill game. Like Cecil just said, a chill game. I could fucking sit back and play an RPG on that, and it's perfect.
Yeah, there's so many games that I'm looking at going, I'm not looking at this. It's just exactly like the Switch. I'm not looking at the Switch going, I'm going to play Apex Legends. I'm going to play Paladins. Granted, people play that, and good for them. That's not what I look at when I see the Switch. That's not what I look. It's not what I say.
Dude, did you see the fucking gameplay that's actual gameplay off the fucking
the prototype?
The system already? Like, legitimately, people are playing the new Doom game, Doom Eternals, on it, and they're like, yeah, you want to do precision like this, blah, blah, blah. The hands-on IGN review, and I was like, holy shit, dude, you can play first-person shooters, and because they put those 2 precision touchpads on it, it's going to be amazing.
I'm excited, and as I said, I'm going into this, like, I'm excited about it, but I'm going into it with extremely low expectations. I'm expecting this thing to flop hardcore. However,
like every other Valve product aside from their VR?
Correct. But just like everything else that Valve has done, everything that I've seen come out of Valve, especially like their VR stuff didn't take right off. It kind of went boop, and then it just game Steam and then went. I'm kind of expecting it to be a little bit like that. Like even Steam, when Steam first came out forever ago with Half-Life, because you had to download Steam to play Half-Life.
Half-Life 2?
Yeah, sorry, Half-Life 2. Even then, like Steam, I had Steam forever. And it never really took off. And then all of a sudden it just, like now my entire collection is on Steam. And then when Epic was trying to take it, I'm going, look, you gotta bring your A button game here, because there's no fucking way I'm not going to be putting my stuff on Steam. Like if I've got a choice between the Epic Game Store and Steam, I don't care if it's $5 cheaper on the Epic Game Store. I'm getting it on Steam. Like that's
dude, even the games that are like, they're Epic exclusives.
I'll wait.
Yep, I waited till Steam got them and they were 30% off, and I was like, yep, cool, because they weren't great games to begin with.
Yeah, like Borderlands 3. I had really high hopes for Borderlands 3. It really wasn't like it didn't blow my socks off.
We watched Co play it, and it was like, oh, that's not really fucking good at all.
No,
I'll wait. Because I remember playing the first one with Cecil. We used to play that one. It was a lot of fun.
I used to play the original
first 2 of them, actually.
Dude, the original Borderlands game, I remember sitting on a couch with split screen on PlayStation 3, and I used to play it with my friend Cisco. And we played everything. Like a new expansion came out. We're like, hey, dude, new expansion. And we played the hell out of it. I mean, ad nauseum is the best way to describe it. We played the ever-loving hell out of it. And like Borderlands 2 came out. Borderlands 2 came out with a lot of great, quality of life fixes. But I honestly like Borderlands 1 better. I like Borderlands 1 Enhanced better than Borderlands
Enhanced.
2.
Borderlands 1 Enhanced is fucking phenomenal. Trying to play the original Borderlands, you're like, it was great at the time. It truly was amazing, but the Borderlands 1 Enhanced is fantastic.
Yes. Yeah. And Borderlands 1 Enhanced really, like, it took all the creature comforts from Borderlands 2 and it put it into Borderlands 1. Like, for instance, walking by ammo and it just randomly picking up versus you have to press a button.
Yes.
Holy shit.
And
sticks.
the ammo drops that come out of it, because then you're no longer going, fuck, man, I'm suffering ammo and this game should not be like this.
100%. Yeah. So there's a lot of creature comforts that came out of it that I was absolutely 100% happy with. But there were, Borderlands 2, and everybody totes that Borderlands 2 was way better. And I'm like, I don't know. I liked Borderlands 1. And once they put out Borderlands 1 Enhanced, I was like, wow, Borderlands 1 is really fucking good.
Borderlands 1 Enhanced.
Yeah.
It is the Enhanced.
Yeah. Emphasis on Enhanced. I think Borderlands 1 Enhanced is better than Borderlands 2. Personally.
I will give you that. Absolutely. I think the original Borderlands was fun and interesting, but Borderlands 2 was like, ooh, this is a lot of fun. And then once they did the Borderlands 1 Enhanced, where they said, hey, we're going to give you plenty of ammo for your weapons so that you can keep using them, and we're going to, do the different mob spawns. It was much, much better overall.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I would go back and play Borderlands on the Steam Deck just to see how it plays on that Steam Deck. Because Borderlands, I mean, it was a pretty simple game, but it's pretty technical on some of the things that you got to do. I mean, it's a first-person shooter, first. So I'd like to see how that's going to come out and play on the Steam or on the Steam Deck. But I really think I'm going to start off with the Steam Deck playing a lot of chill games like Ice Road Trucker, like the Final Fantasies, Final Fantasy 15. I'll probably play a bunch of that on there. But it's great
so
because...
you say Ice Road Trucker because Blue said Ice Road Trucker, and I've not played Ice Road Trucker. Blue shook his fucking head no.
It's a pretty chill game.
It's not called Ice Road Trucker. It's called, I think, Snowpiercer or something like... No, not Snowpiercer. That's
Okay, well, so Snowpiercer or something... So I have American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator. I don't like Euro Truck as much... Even though it's technically a better game because it has much more done to it, I like the American Truck Simulator only because I kind of know a bit about California and trucking down fucking 101, and it's fun that way more to me. And I know they've expanded. I know they don't have all 50 states yet, but they're expanding and all of that. Those are great games to just... I want to listen to the G.N.A podcast and play a video game at the same time and have a good time.
Right? They're pretty chill games, in my opinion. They're just games to relax and play. Like gaming, I don't know, man.
Oh yeah.
Gaming nowadays is just like
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
But there's so much stress level with games nowadays. Like okay, take Destiny for instance. It's like, all right, man, I gotta run all my dailies. I gotta get this. I gotta get to my light level so I can do raids because I'm not valid if I can't do raids. It's like there's a lot of stress that goes along with that.
I don't know. They were talking about...
See, I don't like the stressful games.
Razorback Mountains. Or sorry, Switchbacks. The SnowRunner sounds stressful. I think.
Is it though? You're the one that's playing it, so you tell us.
I found it stressful at times. Like the turning. Forza uses I felt like when I was driving in Forza, like I felt like where rubber met the road, there was a lot more sticking. Now they tell me that as I get further along and I upgrade tires, it'll feel different. But when I was on a wet asphalt road, it literally felt like I was on like soaked grass and mud. And I just was, and with like ice thrown in there every now and then. I was literally like going this side and that side across the road. It was just like swaying all over the place. Like I turn sensitivity, like sensitivity starts off like on a scale that's this big. It starts off like down to like a half an inch on a, like if you're looking at a ruler, it's 12 inches long. Your sensitivity initially starts off as a default at like a half an inch. And I had to kick it down to like a 16th.
Okay.
So
I can see that. Forza is...
It was
Forza
stressful to
like
turn.
Gran Turismo, right? And Gran Turismo is
I love Gran Turismo.
Right, and Gran Turismo is hailed as one of the best driving simulation games ever because when you get into the tuning of the car, you can tune every micro aspect of it. It is no longer Forza that just or Gran Turismo that holds it. Forza has the same tuning now, and it's one of those Xbox is going to compete with PlayStation, and they're going back and forth. And even it's weird, but even Need for Speed has the tuning aspect in it now that changes the way that cars do, but nothing will touch what Gran Turismo has started with across the board. They did it first. They did it right. It was a big fucking deal. Forza, though, has caught up and is... Yeah, I don't tune the cars like that, but I know plenty who do, and from my understanding, Forza has actually tied Gran Turismo, so it doesn't matter which system you get and which driving game you do, it's kind of what you like.
My big gripe with Forza is Forza still plays. It feels to me like an arcade style gameplay. The simulation in it, like you can do a lot of tuning. I agree with that. But it still feels very arcade-ish, especially on some of the tracks.
Although I do like the arcade stuff. I do like some of the
whoa,
arcade feel.
Let's back up. I love arcade racing games. I absolutely love arcade racing games. But Gran Turismo, like, I can remember playing Gran Turismo and learning how to corner properly in a vehicle from playing Gran Turismo.
And it translated to real life, which was awesome.
I mean that literally. I learned how to corner.
Okay, so you're referencing you're referencing Gran Turismo less arcade and more of like an actual simulator. People would learn it.
Yes, yes. I was able to translate skills from Gran Turismo and apply them to real life.
As opposed to Forza is more like I'm in the arcade playing a game, not the actual simulator.
Yes, and not that I'm saying Forza's bad.
Now I'm tracking.
I like Forza. Don't get me wrong. I like Forza. I like Need for Speed. Need for Speed, in my opinion, is 100% arcade.
Is super arcade.
Yes,
it's only arcade.
Excellent game.
Yeah,
I love it.
Excellent game. Super fun game. I love playing Need for Speed. In fact, if anybody thinks I'm poo-pooing on Need for Speed or Forza, you're wrong. I love those games. They're fantastic. I don't put them in the same realm as Gran Turismo because Gran Turismo is it's like Elite Dangerous. It's like saying Elite Dangerous and comparing it to No Man's Sky. It's just they're two different classes of games. Like No Man's Sky is arcade-ish. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's fun. I love No Man's Sky. You've heard me talk about No Man's Sky so much, but it is not in the same class as Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous is it's a full-on spaceship simulator. It's what I envision in my head if I was actually to get a spaceship and fly around the fucking cosmos. Elite Dangerous is it.
But do not take Crazy Taxis as a simulator because that's the quickest I ever got fired from a job.
Yeah, that's a
you do not learn life skills from that
That's
one,
why
man.
I don't work for Lyft anymore.
Yeah. Uber is like, fuck you, dude.
So, I know that Gran Turismo is the fucking top. It has always been. But Forza, over time, has caught up to Gran Turismo. And if you're trying to play the newer stuff, it's less. So I didn't like the new Forza. It was too detailed for me. I like the old Forza where I could get the tuning specs off the internet to do the track that I wanted and pimp out my Honda Civic. And I know that Cecil just had a fucking aneurysm and he's out.
Civic rage.
But I could tune everything off of a quick internet thing for the track that I was doing. But the new Forza is supposed to be, and I say supposed to be with quotes because I haven't really gotten into it. It's more realistic on the realms of Gran Turismo, but Gran Turismo did it first, did it right, and did it since PlayStation 1, not taking, how many fucking generations now to do it. Like Forza
and next-gen consoles.
And I'm not dissing Forza whatsoever. I am not. I haven't played the newest Forza, so I definitely cannot say from personal experience whether it's in anywhere near close. The only Forzas that I have played were extremely arcade-ish to me. Not bad, extremely arcade-ish. And when you say Gran Turismo is the top, the only thing Gran Turismo is the top of is of simulation. That's it.
Right, absolutely. When we're talking about, we are talking about driver simulations,
yes,
right? And Forza is supposed to be a driver simulation. Need for Speed is your fuck off non-simulation game where it's a rubber bandy. Let's have some fun. Blah 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 blah. Gran Turismo and Forza are the ones that are supposed to be the simulation driving games. There've been a couple attempts at others, but fuck it. But you know what the best goddamn driving game ever fucking made is? Burnout.
Oh, fuck yes. Yes. God, that game is so much fun. I love Gran Turismo. Burnout is so much fun, though. I will play Burnout all day long.
It is.
Paradise? What was it? Burnout? Was it Burnout Paradise?
Burnout Paradise, yes.
Dude,
that was like one of the best.
I could play that. Dude, hold on. Before I got rid of my PS4,
Oh, you kept Burnout Paradise remastered?
As soon as I get another PlayStation in the house, I'm firing this thing up because I love Burnout Paradise, man. Did you see the, God, it was, I think, a Lil Wayne video, or, fuck, no. I gotta find the video. He did it for Burnout Paradise, and it was frigging amazing. It was such a good video, and they used Burnout Paradise, like, actual gameplay in it, and it was corny. It was just, oh, God, it was so great.
I fucking love Burnout, dude. Like, let me see if I can top the fucking numbers, if I can hit that fucking intersection and crash all those cars the best way.
Yeah, I'm breaking stuff. Oh, man, yeah. Burnout Paradise, arcadey, so much fun. Just hands down, awesome game.
Yeah, but as far as simulation goes, absolutely. It's Gran Turismo, then Forza overall. But then, if you're looking for arcadey, it's Need for Speed for the quote-unquote story and the funness of that. But if you were just looking to pick up a game and you're going to wreck your fucking car, then Burnout.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I agreed. 100% agreed. Burnout is the fun racing game. That's what I mean. Like, when we're talking about games on top, it's like it's hard to make comparisons like that, because Gran Turismo is a simulation game. If you are a true to I want to play a racetrack, if I was there, pick up Gran Turismo, you're going to be playing it like it's there. You want to race, like, for instance, I am a stickler. I love the RX-7. I don't even know why anymore. I just love the RX-7. However, if you play the RX...
Everybody loves the RX-7. The rotary engine was... I don't
horrible.
even understand how it works. It's not horrible.
No, it is. It's horrible.
Mazda's amazing and got it working, but...
They're amazing and got it working, but the friggin' rotary engine it's an engineering nightmare. It literally is designed to burn oil. That's the only thing it does. Granted,
well, yes, but it works and generates horsepower like no one's business.
Granted, you're getting like 280 horsepower out of a 1.4 liter engine. So, I mean, I can't complain that much about it. So, yeah, they got that going for it. But, like, the whole concept behind the rotary engine is fucking amazing. If you don't know about it, go Google, go onto YouTube, look up how rotary engines work. It's so fascinating and so awesome. But because of the way they're designed, they have to inject oil into the cylinder, and that literally you burn oil. Like, that's like you literally have to top up the tank, top up your oil, top up the tank, top up the oil. That's just what you have to do.
Blue. So you're playing this wonderful trucking game that I've already forgot the name of because it's not one of the big sims. Snowpiercer.
SnowRunner.
Is it SnowRunner, Snowpiercer, motherfucker?
It's SnowRunner.
You keep changing it.
No, I said SnowRunner originally. I just keep forgetting what the name is.
I need you to back your camera up so that we can see that you have that big steering wheel, the pedals, and that big fucking gear shifter. Because I know you're like, yeah, I gotta make it across this ice road. These fucking crabs need to make it out of Alaska. I could see it.
I wish I actually did have a steering wheel. I felt like it might have been better than joysticks, but yeah, yes. I just have my controller. I don't have a steering wheel.
Oh man!
And I don't know if I'm gonna like really get into this game enough to do that.
No, you do. I know it. It's one of those fucking pastimes that you just relax and be like, I wish I was making $250,000 a year driving the truck across this fucking ice.
Yep. No. I'm going to get my CDL after I finish this mission.
That's right, man. Like, you was like, I'm ice roading this shit because you don't get any fucking ice where you live in this goddamn state of Florida. It's just...
I'm pretty sure if he saw snow, we'd have a coronary.
Michigan.
True story.
I think it is one of the areas, along with, I think, Russia. I'm trying to remember the other place that they mentioned.
In Russia, truck drive you.
But
yeah, true story. You don't have to fucking drive at all, dude. You just kind of skirt across the empty fucking wilderness that is Russia until you hit the 3 major cities they have.
Yeah, right.
Just don't get banned to Siberia. Pretty desolate over there.
The what's it called? The Archipelago? Gulag Archipelago? What's the name of that book?
Got me swinging.
I don't know, but since we touched on TV shows, I'm going to reel it back for you, Blue. Legitimately, you and Brit Shark need to sit down and get Apple TV Plus. They have a 7-day free trial and knock it out. Get and watch Ted Lasso. I swear to God, it is completely up your fucking alley, and that is not a shittiness, dude. Like, legitimately, I think that you would like it.
Well, we
What is Ted
actually
Lasso like? What is it like? The premise?
It's about some guy who's like he's a coach of, I think, a soccer team, right?
A football team in England,
Whatever.
but which
is what we call soccer.
Yeah.
he's an
They call
American
football.
who goes over to England, but he is the most upbeat person ever. No matter what happens, he's super upbeat. Not a problem. We can do this. Not a problem. We can do this. Not a problem. We can
gotta
do
break
this.
him.
Sudeikis, is that how do you say his name? Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah, I don't know how to say his fucking name, but wow. So
Yeah, he
it's
seems
already
like an
public
interesting
knowledge
character.
at this point. My uncle has a brain tumor and is not going to make it. So
I'm sorry to hear that, man. I didn't realize, actually.
yeah, it's pretty rough. So I went over, and Thursday, somebody has to be with him at all times because glioblastoma can cause seizures and all of that. So I spent the last 12 hours with him on Thursday, and we went over there, and it was a great time. We sat down and watched some TV, and I don't know anything about Apple TV Plus, but we've watched that, and he was like, oh, he said the name of it only because that was the name on the screen. So I said, fuck it. Let's watch this show, not knowing shit about it. Wow. I cannot wait for season 2 that comes out at the end of this month. It's the most upbeat, the most positive show I have ever watched going, how can you be that positive through all the shit that you go through? And Blue, legitimately, you and Brit Shark, I honestly believe that you would truly like it. And everybody else that's listening, check that shit out. Ted Lasso. It's a 7-day free trial on fucking Apple TV Plus. If you don't have it, fucking you can cancel it after you watch it because there's only 10 episodes or an hour long. You can get through it in a week and be good to go.
It's only like $5 a month, right?
Yeah, it's $4.99 a month. But
Man, I need help. My mind went to a bad place.
What bad place did it go to?
Because it's you and you got thick skin, Damok, you're like, man, I can't wait for season 2. And I was about to say, actually, your uncle can't wait for season 2.
Oh.
But I'm a terrible person. I warned you, Victor. I warned you.
That might actually be true. So
that's why I was like, I wanted to hold it in, but I'm like, my brain went like totally dark.
Your Brian, how much have you had to drink? God, it's a good thing it's a good thing you're a vet, man. Like, that's the only thing that's saving you right now.
Right, that like vet to vet, that's what's saving you, because I'm like, all right, I can get down with that. I understand. You got to make light of the situation.
That's how I deal with trauma, is humor. That's how I deal with even my own family members dying, is humor like that, which is sad. But to let you know, we bought a case of these, and the pair alone, and I'm out. So and I'm working on like pineapple. So I had a bunch.
Well, shit. You know what? On that dark ass fucking joke.
Oh, we're gonna leave on the darkest note possible.
D, where can people find you at, man?
Well, now I think I'm hiding, man. That was bad. But people can find me haunting the G.N.A podcast, my own Discord channel, my website, microbrewgamers.com, my YouTube. I'm a little everywhere. Twitter.
Nice.
Facebook, yeah.
What about you, Damok? Where can people find you at, man?
I used to exclusively troll the G.N.A podcast, but you can also find me on the Thoughts and Shots fucking Discord channel. So I'm on G.N.A and Thoughts and Shots Discord, although I've buried my head in the sand for the tragedy that was the Titanic episode.
Yeah, that was...
After that, though...
That was 3.5 hours of pretty bad. I was pretty bad.
I left halfway through, and I'm kind of sure I pulled some cards I shouldn't have.
What about you, Blue? Where can people find you at, man?
You can find me on the G.N.A Discord, and you can also find me on Twitter at BlueShark45.
Very nice. And I'm Cecil Xavier, your host. You can find me on Cecil vs. Games on Twitter, Cecil Xavier everywhere else. Sometimes with an underscore in between it, sometimes not. I don't know, but if you can't find me someplace, let me know. I will go there. I'm on Discord. I'm on Facebook. I am on Ustream. I am on Twitch, Grindr, Tinder, Bumble, I don't know, 3Play, wherever the hell you're trying to look for me, I'm probably there. I probably already signed up for some reason. I literally went on a quest about 6-8 months ago and found every place I could possibly sign up, and I signed up for there with my name so that I could grab it just in case. So if I'm
which one was the one that you can sign up to have threesomes?
Oh, that's so there's Bumble, there's 3Play, there's Hometown something. But all of those you can sign up for and just say, I'm either a male, looking for an MMF or an MFM. I think I did that twice. MFF.
Yeah, you did. You really did that twice.
I did
now
do that
I
twice.
know what you fucking search on Pornhub.
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, double penetration, man. You got to go for it. You get that little extra rub underneath. Oh, it's so nice. But yeah, like if I'm not someplace,
You're rubbing all the balls.
if I'm not someplace, let me know. I'll go there. Thank you for listening to the show. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. Don't forget reviews help people find the show. So if you enjoy listening to us, help other people find the show. You can find us on Apple or iTunes, Google Play, Podcast Addict, Spreaker, Player FM, MyTuner, Your Listen, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and like a whole shit ton of other places. If we're not someplace, let us know. We'll upload there. We've got a partnership with Humble Bundle right now. Humble Bundle is a game purchasing service with a little bit of a twist. Everything that you buy on there, part of it goes to charity. They are kind of doing a little like shake up with what they're doing now. So once we figure out how it's going to level out is really dependent on if we're going to stay with them or not. But as of right now, you still can donate like almost everything to charity. It's really cool. You can get a bunch of great games for a really, really low price. And you can also buy brand new games with a discount. It's really good. Check out Humble Bundle. Good people, good stuff.
I didn't realize they were changing their algorithm up there.
They're changing some things over there. I'm waiting for it to shake out before I say we're bolting out from there. But, is what it is. If you want to get some really cool G.N.A swag, go Google G.N.A Gutter Shots. It's going to be our Teespring store. We've got everything from shirts to pint glasses to pillows to tapestries to beach towels. A whole bunch of stuff. If you want to get the shirts that I got for the crew, go look up Private Stash. There's one with the old logo, as well as there's a whole bunch of shirts out there and stuff with the new logo. We've got the vintage line, the Damok line, the blue line, the Zyberblood line. Got a whole bunch of lines out there. If I get my ass in gear, I'll get a whole bunch more out there. Go check it out. Anything you buy on there helps the G.N.A podcast. Hopefully this year we actually turn around and actually have a profit. Maybe, I don't know, hopefully, probably not. Doesn't matter. We're not really looking for a profit here. We're actually looking to just have fun, just shoot the shit, and donate to charity. In fact...
That's some bullshit right there. I need you to upgrade that fucking Skybots or fucking whatever that goddamn bot is we have. You said you were going to start paying for that. Yeah, Skynet. Because I need to get more goddamn experience for posting all these news articles that we never talk about on the show.
Well, we also we could use some more money to keep the lights on. That'd be nice.
Yeah, lights on would be nice. That would be really great. Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe we could actually pay somebody to do marketing. That'd be a cool thing too. I don't know. Anyways.
But we're a PR nightmare. I mean, at least I am.
No, this whole show's a PR nightmare, but that's the best thing about it.
People would probably complain, but they just don't know where to start. They're just like,
Yeah, there's no report button for us on Facebook yet.
Well, we're on Facebook, so I'm surprised we're not being reported. But I know
we
I'm
don't post
something.
enough on there to get reported.
That's a good point. I feel like I'm missing
Facebook.
Damok. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something.
No, I'm pretty sure you have everything covered, man. I'm not sure what we're missing.
Oh, damn. All right. Well, in that case, then, everybody, thanks for joining in. Have a great night.
Hey, you have a good time, man. And fuck it. I don't know. www.Mijanru, or where the fuck God's name is now, is a little bitch because he's arguing with me about D&D. And I don't know actually shit about D&D.com, but it's gonna be a great time. Or G.N.A podcast.com. Fuck it. Maybe that's what we're missing. Maybe we already covered it. I'm not even sure. I've had like 42 of these Bud Lights, and all I have to do is fucking piss 9 goddamn times.
I'm still shocked I don't have to take my headset off to not go deaf.
Yeah.
I'm kind of frightened, actually. Like, did I just step into an alternate... I mean, no, I know we were getting conspiracy theory land earlier, but did I just step into an alternate reality again?
I think so. I think that might have happened.
This is an alternate Damok, and yes.
God
Wait a
damn
minute.
it.
This is alt Damok? Is this alt left or alt right Damok?
Oh, it's alt everything Damok. Prepare your buttholes.
Alt fourth dimension Damok. He's all around us.
Blue leaned back and took out his headphone like, no Damok. My butthole's not for you.
Well, gentlemen, you have a great night.
Did God nuke a city
Have
for
a
that
good
shit?
night.
Oh, take care.
Have a good
Thanks
night.
for having me, but prepare to get canceled.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.